What's going on, everybody? This is the Humble and Blessed Podcast. We back. I'm your host, HB Deezy. I got with me
JTKJ.
What's going on, man? How you feeling today?
Blessed.
Man, like I always say, and I'm gonna say this every podcast, the goal is to, spread God's message, get people to come on, tell their testimony, say how good God is, and just share with the world the things that God is doing in their life, the things that God have took them from. And man, I give all honor and glory to God for allowing us to be here. So, Jayce, man, I want to start from the beginning, your upbringing, and just share with people that don't know you who you are.
So basically, I'm a Christian rapper. I always been making music, but I really started making music about God maybe a year and a half ago, really just to stand out on something new. Because most people, they all kind of rap, and it's the same thing, like they hearing the same thing over and over, and it's mostly about the streets.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the streets before, and I got out of it. Thank God got me
Thank
out of
God.
it. But that's really, I started making Christian rap because God been good to me, so he died for me. So my main thing to do for him is take my talents and give it glory to him.
Gotcha, man. So you, I want to say you was born and raised in Jennings?
Yes, sir. Well, I was raised really in two towns. One was Broussard, Louisiana, kind of by Lafayette, and mostly Jennings.
Jennings. So, man, I want to start from the beginning, so that way, like I said, people can get to know you, who you were before, and who you is now. How was your upbringing?
I was like, man, it was really some of my friends my old friends that led me in the wrong way. Like, I kind of wanted to do what they do, so I kind of jumped off in the streets with them, did this and that, and I was running with them. And after a while, like, it really wasn't until I hit 18 and I realized, like, this ain't what I want.
This ain't what you want.
Yeah.
All right. So, growing up, like, how was your childhood? Let's start there. How was your childhood growing up?
To be honest, it was good.
You had a good childhood?
My dad was in my life. At the time, I didn't really have my mom in my life, though. But
you had your dad?
Yeah, I had my dad, mostly my grandmother. She was really like my mom.
Gotcha.
But I did have one woman that raised me, though, like as a mom. So that was
your grandma? And your grandma and your dad. So, man, I like to ask these questions because, when people don't have their parents, I often ask them because I've always had my mom and my dad. Like, how was it growing up without your mom?
It was like, only thing that really mostly upset me the most is like whenever we'd have like things at school and I see like my mom and daddy with their kids and it'd be like, man, I only got my daddy. It's like, oh, Lord, I kind of feel a little bit different.
Yeah, man. And I often, like I said, I like to ask that because I always, people always feel like they're missing piece. So I always want to ask, like, how was it? Did it shape your mindset not having your mom? Did it shape your mindset a certain way not having your mom?
Kinda, but like really, like I said, to be honest, though, it's my grandmother that really took.
So your grandma was able to fill them big shoes for you.
I was almost at her house almost every day, sitting there talking to her for hours.
So like growing up, like did your dad like ever get married or something? Like another lady stepped in and came in your life, or no?
When I was maybe 9 or 10, he got married to a woman named Sophia that became my stepmama. And
how was that? It was good?
It's kind of hard at first. I was getting used to it because growing up like I was.
It was just you and your dad.
Yeah, it was.
And then
I got used to it though.
That's good, man. That's real good to hear that somebody else was able to come in and fill in that role that that your mom was missing. I don't want to pry too much. Was a situation like your mom passed away or she just wasn't present?
It was really like to be honest, they didn't really let me see her because she was in a bad path.
Oh, I got you.
To be honest, though, I really just started recently talking to her, and like she a Christian too now. Like she gave her life to God.
Oh wow,
that's one reason why I really came back.
Man, hey, I like to hear that, man. God is one of the ones that, man, no matter what we go through, He always forgives us, man. He always shows us grace, and that's one thing that I really like to and I constantly tell myself that, man, it's like no matter what I've been through, no matter what I've done, God died for our sins, and he always show us grace, and he always want us to come back. So that's good to hear, man, that your mom, she's giving her life, and that's kind of what was your inspiration to give your life. So let's go to you being a teenager. How old are you now?
19.
Oh, you still a teenager, but we're gonna talk about the early teens. Like you said, you was in the streets and doing things and like that. When you was in school, was it hard for you?
When I was in school, I was cutting up. I was cutting up. I was a class clown. Hell yeah.
So it was okay. So then you end up to where my dad is.
West End.
How was that?
It was amazing though, cause whenever I went to Genesis High School. Whenever I was over there, it was like I was cutting up. I was always ready like to drop out. I didn't want to be in school, but whenever I went to that school, like where your dad went, it's like, man, they made me feel like family, and it was amazing. Like whenever I was about to graduate, I went to school almost every day last year. Every day, I didn't want to miss because that school is almost like my family. It was powerful.
It's always fascinating that people be going through like situations at school, but it's always somebody that could come in their life and like just turn things around. I think for like the younger generation, like y'all is a situation where y'all just want to know somebody care about y'all, somebody hear y'all, and like you said, man, you was cutting up and doing those things, and it just fascinates me how a little love, a little caring can go a long way, because I think so many times when people see like a child cutting up, like a child acting out, not realizing it's a reason why.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people like to get to the reason why, like why are you doing it? They just see you cutting up, not realizing it's something that's going on. So was it something that was going on in your life that made you just, man, I'm gonna cut up in school?
It's really like I like when people would laugh. Making people laugh. That's the thing. I like making people laugh.
So you was a class clown.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So at what point did you go to the streets? Like, did you start doing things that was in the streets? At what age was this?
To be honest, I say maybe it was either 12 to 14. It was around there.
Around that age, what was you doing?
I was just. It was everywhere I went. I ended up having a gun on me everywhere I had to go. It was, man, I was almost smoking every day, drinking almost. Not really drinking, but like
smoking
a lot.
So like, what made you start smoking? Like just friends or just something that?
Yeah, it was friends around, and then one of them was like, man, stop being scared and just hit it. And I hit it once, hit it twice, and after that I kept doing it again and again. I found like I got addicted to it after a while, and yeah, it was tough.
It was tough. Yeah. Like, was it like when you started smoking? Was it hard to quit? It was.
Oh,
it was.
Yeah.
I always wondered. I never smoked. I always wondered, like, would it be hard to start something and then stop? So it was a real, like, you had addiction to it.
Yeah, mostly not really. It was at first. It was like an everyday. Oh, I'm bored. I'm about to go smoke. I'm bored. I'm about to go smoke. But then towards the end, it was really like I really started smoking a lot again because I had stopped for a little bit, and I started up again. Cause I remember it was when my grandma passed away. Whenever she passed away, I started smoking a lot to ease the pain. It was that's
I got
when
you.
I really started smoking a lot again. But I quit though about, to be honest, maybe 7 months ago.
Wow, that's amazing. I love to see like the youth, man. Even though you start somewhere, you don't finish there. And I see like so many younger people, they feel like because they made mistakes, like, man, my life messed up. Like, I'ma always be a person that just mess up. But man, the goodness of God, man, is one of the ones where like you forgiven. Like all the stuff that you did, you forgiven. So there's nobody that could hold anything over your head because, man, your sins is forgiven. And to hear that, man, it's amazing. So I want to say this, like, when you was carrying a gun and doing those things, like, what was your mindset? Like,
nobody could touch me. Like I was ready to jump off in something. Like if anybody was to look at me wrong, I'll flash. Like what you looking at?
So you was ready. Excuse me. You was ready on sight.
Yeah, man, I used to trip.
Man,
before I met God for real, it's like I don't even know.
It's just you.
Yeah,
You
man.
probably look back and be like, wow, I don't even recognize that person who I used to be on.
And like I look back at it and like I can't believe I took this way. Sometimes I really, cause still it still affects me sometimes because I know like, well, I don't know that nobody's after me, but it's like it's just a feeling of whenever I was in the streets, I always had to look behind my back or look over my shoulder all the time, and sometimes it's kind of scary because I forgave myself, God forgave me. I'm out of that. I don't do it no more, but people don't think that way sometimes.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of I got you, man. I don't know. I'm like, I'm. You know, one thing I'm gonna say is I'm glad that you wanted to come here. When you reached out, I was like, okay, cool, man. This is what I want. I want people to just reach out and be able to come sit and, you know, just talk about their life and the things they've been through, and like I said, their testimony and stuff like that, man. So for you coming, taking this step to like share with the world, like say, you know, man, I did some stuff, but this is what God got me now. It's truly, truly amazing. And I love that you said, man, you know, you and your mom, y'all speak, y'all in each other's life, and she was the one to show you God is the way. So that's truly, man, that's awesome. I want to ask you about rapping. Like, how long have you been rapping? I'm asking that.
Man,
Not just like Christian rap, but
Yeah.
before. Like, how long you been rapping?
maybe about a good 4 or 5 years. But
Oh,
it was
okay.
before I used to rap about like street stuff.
Yeah.
And then finally, it was whenever I went to church and I finally caught the Holy Ghost for the first time. I went back home and I was like, man, let me try something. I'm gonna try to rap about God and see how it work out. And whenever I did it, I don't know if you know where the Way Training Center.
Yeah.
My brother used to go there. Whenever my brother first started going there, that's when I dropped my first like Jesus song. And I showed my brother, and he was like, "Man, you got to show more people this." And so he started showing people around. And the second time I went to the Way, it was on a Wednesday. On Wednesday nights, they do little food things and then service. I go there for my brother, and I walked in. About 5, 6 people, man, I like your song, man. I like your song. And then my brother was like, man, everybody's been listening to your music. It's like, well, it's a good sign. At least I could preach about God and everything. At least have some people listening. It's like a good feeling.
It's a good feeling. Yeah, man, that's amazing. How was it hard to transition from rapping like that, then rapping about God, or was like it a smooth transition for you?
Kinda. It was like a freestyle type of thing. I couldn't really rap like with God on a freestyle thing, but after a while I could. But like it was just hard. But whenever I really started processing the songs and like thinking, it was really by the way I was feeling. Some days I'll wake up and I'll feel like really blessed and like really, I don't even know how to say it, like really thankful. I get on and I really just start thanking God and then rapping about it. Yeah.
Man, that's dope. So, like, how many songs so far, like, have you made, like, Christian songs so far?
I think 30.
Wow, man, I'm gonna have to check you out. You're gonna have to send me some stuff so I could check it out. I like to listen to not especially, that's all I listen to is like gospel and Christian music. So I definitely want you to send me some stuff so I could check you out. So, like, for you, what is the next step? Like, you have you put out any videos? I want to ask you that. Have you put out? You did? You got a couple of videos?
I got 2 music videos.
Okay, you gonna have to send me that because I got one of my friends. He do videos and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to get you in contact with him, so y'all can do a little something. Cause I had been telling him, I'm like, man, you got to get you some Christian rappers. And I'm like, man, he like, man, I know. So I'm glad that you do that, man. I'm gonna tap you in with him so that way y'all can do something before he leave.
Yeah.
But and I want to go back to just once you was at what it's called now. This the alternative school. That's what they call it.
Yeah, they call it James Ward Center.
James Ward Center. All right, and it was crazy. My dad over there, and I don't even know the name. But when you was over there, and it's a different. Like, how many students was in class at one time?
Maybe, to be honest, maybe like 9.
Okay, so the teachers able to like to just like focus on y'all more because it's not so many. So was that better for you because you went from like having 9 students in there to at regular school, which y'all have like what 20 something.
Yeah, it's like
So it was so you was able to just be more focused because it wasn't so many.
yeah, that too, and it's also because like I don't want to put no dirt on nobody's name, but it's like in Jennings, the teachers is hard on you over there. Like if they see that you wasn't really putting you all into it, they ain't gonna do nothing with you. But like it's crazy though because whenever I was going to the school that Dad goes to, like I messed up a bunch of times, and it's like they would never judge me of it. They'd always come talk to me real quick. And then they'll talk to me about the situation, like what you're going through, what's wrong. You could tell me, you could talk to me. I'm not gonna judge you. And Coach Adams was one of the ones. Like I remember one day I was mad at this little dude, and I was about to go fight him. Like I was about to lose it. And as soon as I start going down the hallway, I was about to go run after him, and Coach Adams grabbed me and said, "Man, come see. I want to talk to you real quick." He talked to me. He was like, "Man, you know you're worth it. You know you're better than this, man. Don't let nobody get to you." And whenever I seen that they started actually talking to me about my life problems, that's when I realized, like, man, they not just teachers. Like, these people are life changers. Like, they trying to change your life, and it's working.
Something was just in my spirit about what you were saying. So I'm like this. So like at Jennings High and stuff like that, when bigger schools, they just more so teachers. At the James Ward is the teacher, but in the sense like therapist or counselor. So they was able to just not just teach y'all, but ask how your day going, what you going through.
Every morning I hit the door. Man. How you doing? This and that. You doing okay? It's glad to see you today. Have a good day. It's like at Jennings, they would
straight business.
It's straight business over there, but shoot.
So it's more so like once you label a bad kid, I say like a bad kid, that's it. They short with y'all.
Yeah, they low patience.
Low patience. So once you labeled, that's it.
Yeah, they'll tell you like there was a bunch of times where there was sometimes I'll be failing on my work, and I finally realized like, man, I gotta do something. So I'll go to one of the teachers, hey, I'm done clowning, I really need to get my work. They said, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. You see, I'll believe when I know. They say, all right, I guess you really want to do your work, or I'm gonna help you a little bit. And they help me a little bit, and then, yeah.
And from what you're saying, it is words are powerful. If I think, man, it's more so like for especially like the younger generation, if y'all feel like somebody care and show y'all that they care, it's gonna turn a lot of things around. So while you was in school, you had started making that change, or it's more so once you graduated?
I was still in my first day of last year. I was
making that change.
Some of the teachers came up to us like, I heard some of your music. I was like, thank you. They said, I like it. He said it's better. One of them told me it's better than the stuff you used to make. I was like, I agree with you on that one.
Man, that's amazing, man, to be so young, to be in that world, to make the change and continue to make the change. The best advice I can give you, man, is you young. Life is going to be some challenges. I say that. It's always going to be challenges. But the one thing I like to lean on is if life going to give me challenges, I'd rather it give me challenges with God than without him. And I often tell myself this, I say, I might as well stay on God's side, because if I turn the other way, I'm going to end up going back to God anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I go do something right now, I'm going to end up going apologize to God anyway, so why not just stay on that side?
Quick. I catch myself in those things now. Like, sometimes it's really my anger they be getting. It's my anger and my jealousy sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, whenever I get mad and I do this and that, and I finally catch myself slipping, and I finally at the end, I always run back to God. Like, man, please help me not go back to what I used to do. Please help me not do the same thing. Help me with my anger so I don't start losing people, because I notice my anger, once I get mad or something and I get jealous, I really start losing people, and that's what
gets you. Man, like, listening to you talk, I can tell you got a how I want to say it, like your heart is yearning for God. Like you want to please God. Yeah. And like, you human, you gonna make mistakes, man. Emotions get to, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've been loving God for 20, 30 years. Yeah. We are emotional people. Things get to us people might upset us, but God know, and people often go, and you're gonna hear this a lot. God know my heart. Yes, God do know your heart. God know if you forgiving. God know if you're a manipulator. God know if you trying to get over on people. God know if you are a narcissist. Like, God knows you. Yeah. So the best thing, you can't fool the creator. So you might as well just, if you gonna do it, just go do it. Don't try to sit there and say, I'm gonna do it and then I'm gonna go ask God for forgiveness, because you defeating the purpose of being a man or woman of God. But we, walking this walk, man, it's gonna be because we are in the world, man, that's for the devil. So so man, you wake up, pray, stay prayed up, stay in your word, stay just seeking God, and man, the best thing. What church you go to?
Northside Assembly of God.
But that's
in Crowley.
Okay, you go to Crowley. Okay, yeah, man, stay with your church family, man. Stay connected to someone that can always feed you the word, always just, hey, you read today, hey, you this, they might drop something in your spirit, whether it's a Bible quote or something. Stay connected, man. That's me being older than you and looking at, like I said, the younger generation, man, that's the realest thing that I can tell you, man. Stay connected. Stay connected, because you're gonna face some trials and tribulations. You're gonna face people pissing you off.
Bad. Sometimes, yeah.
And just keep seeking God with, man, like, God, help me with my anger, control. And at some point you're gonna be like, man, I've grown so much with my anger that a lot of stuff is not even gonna bother you anymore. At some point it's gonna get there. I used to be a person, man, I used to curse a lot. I'm not gonna say I had anger issues, but I was a very sore loser. Like, if I'm playing video games, if I'm on the basketball court, I am a sore loser. I would get on the court, I was cussing you out, I was just all the above. And when I used to curse, man, my breaking point was, and my dad could tell you this, my breaking point with cursing was, man, I realized I started cursing in front of my parent, my dad, and one day, man, I took a step back and I said, you losing respect when you start doing it in front of your dad, man, and you just don't care. And I just would go to God and I say, God, take the cursing out of I don't even want it in my vocabulary. I don't want to do it no more. And man, at some point I stopped cursing. At some point, like, I got more patient, and I always would tell myself now, like, don't let the devil trick you out your position.
That's like that's my biggest opposition, is the devil. That's what, because he knows I done work for him before. He knows I used to do his ways before. So, like, he knows everything that could get at me. Like, it's like he wants me to fail bad. But the thing is, whenever I got something going on, or there's a challenge that's happening, or something's making me real mad, or something's putting it in my head, like, man, just say forget it and just drop all of it. But then that's the thing I think to my head, like, I can't let the devil win. I can't let him win.
Yes.
I'm not going for it.
And man, like, if you always tell yourself that, and like I said, I'll tell myself that, don't let the devil trick you out your position. And I think, man, one of the things is, I can speak for myself, what used to goes on, and I don't necessarily know if you could relate. It's like sometimes when you see other people, and it's like, God, I'm worshiping you. God, I'm giving you all the glory. God, I'm doing all the things I need that I feel like are pleasing to you. Why I'm not getting what I feel like I deserve, And I had to realize that, stop looking at what everybody else got going on and just focus on you. And man, when I just started focusing on me and just saying, I'm not even worried about all that other stuff that's going on, man, stuff started to turn. Stuff started to change. One of my downfalls, I can tell you, is I didn't put myself around good men that, like, really love God and seeking God and would make me accountable. That's why I'm telling you, man, if you put good men around you that y'all hold each other accountable, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you grow a lot. It's going to help you stay on your toes, because, one, you're not going to fail God, but then you're going to be like, man, I don't want to fail my people. Yeah. Like, I don't want to fail the people that look at me and say, man, we rooting for you, man. We praying for you. And when you got that, man, it's going to help you a lot.
Man, it's like that's another thing I can relate to what you say. It's like sometimes I try to preach to my friends. Like I got a couple friends. Sometimes I try to preach to them and tell them, and like, man, cause I got some friends that sell drugs and everything,
Mm-hmm.
that's doing this and that. And like I tell them, like, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's not worth it. In the end, you gonna real. It might be fun at the time. It might be a blast right at the time, but at the end, it's a downfall. And it's like one thing I got like because they always say, I always tell people like, you never know when it's your time to die. You never
Facts.
know when it's gonna be your last day. And I can relate because one time, well, I had a real close friend that I was close with since third grade. Me and
Mm-hmm.
him was really close, and he was always drinking, getting drunk, this and that, getting messed up. And he came to my house one time. The first time he came back, because he had just got out of jail, he
Mm-hmm.
came to my house. He was like, man, why you started making that songs about God? I miss you, owe me. I was like, man, it's not me no more, man. It's a bigger picture to it. And I sat down and talked to him a little bit. He said, all right, I'm going to come back tomorrow and talk to you. I said, okay. He came back the next day and he was like, man, I got to talk to you about something. I was like, what's up? He said, man, I'm done drinking. It's a waste of my life. He was like, if I'm done drinking, he's like, Jayce, I really want to listen to what you're saying. I promise I'm done drinking. It's like, man, that's good. About, shoot, 2 weeks later, I got a call, man, your friend died.
How you died?
He got hit by a truck on the, he was coming back
Wow.
from Esterwood on his bike. And apparently, I don't know what really happened because wasn't
Mm-hmm.
there, but he got hit
Wow.
by he got hit by a truck on his bike.
Now you see how you said, man, tomorrow is not promised to us, right? And in those moments, you were able to share God with him, and he was able to listen. And then, before he died, was able to come and tell you, like, hey, man, God is basically in the sense, like, man, God is real. God is awesome, and I want to change my life.
Yeah, this is the one moment where I knew that God was really seriously real. Was like I said, whenever my brother was at the way, he went to the
Mm-hmm.
way one time. And this is like my real like story why I believe in God. Cause my brother went to the way one time, and for about 2 weeks he was like, "Man, this ain't my." And he left. He went to Florida. He started working, but he started drinking again. Cause he
Mm-hmm.
used to have a bad drinking addiction, and he wasn't doing good at all. Like he was messing up back to back, and then finally every time I go to church now, I pray. I go up there after church, I pray, and I hit my knees, man, God, please bring my brother back to this place. Please get my brother back in here on his feet. Pray for maybe 4 months, and then fifth month hit, got a call. Me and my dad was on our way to Hammond to go get my brother, but he was drunk, and my dad had told him, don't drive nowhere. Maybe 30 minutes before we got there, he got so drunk he tried to leave. He almost ran into a Waffle House. He
Ooh.
hit somebody's car like a hit and run. The police took him and brought him to jail. And man, he called my daddy, but my daddy was like, man, I'm not putting up with you no more. You feel me? Like you done too much. I'm tired of wasting my time with you. And then he gave me gave my number. And my brother would call me almost every day through the jail cell in Hammond. He would call me. Man, I just have conversations with him about God. And then he was like, man, Jayce, I promise if I get out of here, I promise I'm not messing up. I asked my daddy, I started crying. I begged my daddy, man, can we go get him, please? He said, you know what, Jayce, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be going to get him, but I'm going to go get him. And if he messes up again, I swear to God, I'm done. So we went get him, and whenever I seen him walk out of the jail, it's like, man, that's not my brother. My brother, man, that boy was skinny. He didn't look good. It was like he looked almost sick. And finally, whenever we got in the truck, he said, man, Jayce, I said, promise me you ain't gonna do this no more. I really want you to do. He said, I'm going back straight. And he said, I'm going to the weight training center again. And I called Jared Armental. I don't know if you know him, but
I'm familiar with him. We follow each other on Facebook. I'm gonna have him come on one day. I
yeah.
gotta reach out to him.
So man, I called him, Mr. Jared. I need your help, man. Please help my brother get back. Right? He said, man, tell him bring his clothes, bring his stuff, and I got you. I said, man, thank you. Appreciate it so much. He said, man, it's all good. It's all good. So my brother was back in the way. And first week, that's whenever I started kind of making the Christian music and everything. And they was like, oh, man, your brother showed me your songs, man. It's pretty good. And that same night or the same Wednesday, whenever after the food was done and we went pray up there, I finally realized, because I was praying up there with my brother, and we was both praying for each other. And Jared grabbed my shoulder and he said, "This what you've been praying for?" Because I really had been praying like him. And whenever he did it, I just lost it. I broke down until I said, "Man, this is the only thing I haven't prayed for myself. I haven't prayed for my other family. I haven't prayed for I just been praying my brother to get back in church doing right."
Wow.
And finally, whenever it happened, it was like, man, it hit me so hard. It was like, man, God is real. Like, he really brought my brother back with me praying in church for the longest. But now, I can't say I'm proud of him, though, because that's one person I look up to. And shoot, he's been 1 year sober.
Yep.
He's doing good. He's working in the plants in Baton Rouge. And shoot, he's about to get me on over there. I'm about to start living with him out there. And it's all about God, man. It's like a blessing.
It is, man. You know, hearing your story, man, just, you know, you being so young. And and just listening to you, man, just tell that story about your brother and where he was and where he is now. And to hear that story is to any young people out there, man, like, it's never too late to go to God.
Never.
And you're never too young to go to God.
Never.
You know, and one thing that stuck out with me, man, what you said is tomorrow not promised to none of us.
Fact.
And, man, just to praying for your brother, man, it's funny how it just takes that one person in your life, that one person in your family to be praying and bring everybody together.
So, yeah, like, my brother is like I don't know, it's like that's the real person that I looked up to. It's like almost like a dad. Every time we'll go in the store or something, they'll see him and me and be like, "That's your dad?" That's my brother. But yeah, it's like it's been a blessing, man, to be real. And like I do relate to what you said earlier. Like sometimes you think like God, like, oh, why me? Or like why I don't got these blessings, or why I don't. The way I look at it, I used to look at it the same because I got heart surgery and I always had a scar on my chest. It's like I used to hate going swimming and taking my shirt off because I didn't look the same as everybody else. So it's like, man, why I got... And then as I got older, I realized, like, man, I'm already blessed enough. I could walk, I could see, I could talk, I could hear. Like, I got... Well, I'm not homeless. I got parents. I got people that's in my life that cares. I'm blessed to the... I don't know what else I could ask.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Talking to you just... It gave me a chill. You know, just, you're so young, man. You speak with so much wisdom and patience. And like you telling me you deal with anger, the way it come off is like you just a calm person, man. That's why, like, I know God is going to deliver you from the anger and a few things you say, you know, you feel like you're dealing with. Because when you speak with such calmness, such just relaxed. And you wouldn't even, and this is why, like, I just thank God for just, man, bringing you here, just because you so young. And I go back to that because there's so many young people that's been through a lot at a young age. They're scared to tell their testimony. Yeah. And, man, for you to have the confidence, for you to say, man, hey, I want to tell the world how good God is, man. I want to tell my testimony. Like, wow, it's amazing. Man, I want you to continue telling it. It's too many people you can. Tell it, man, because you being so young, you're going to be able to relate to people around your age. You're going to be able to tell people like, man, look what I've been through. Heart surgery, my brother, my mom, me, and I'm still here. You know, and yes, I'm young. Yes, I deal with the things of the world, but I want God.
Yeah, man, because to be honest, that's the only... Through everything that I done been through everything that I done walked, God was by my side and I ain't even know. It's like my grandma always used to, and that's one thing, my grandma used to pray for me all the time. I know she did because, I don't know, I ain't wanted to know. I think she probably might have known, but she might have known I was living wild. She'd still pray for me. And one thing she always used to say that stuck with me was, blessed with the best. That's what she always used to say, and it really stuck with me. I put it on my arm. Yeah, it stuck with me. It's like, now that I think about it, the real meaning behind it, it's not about how much money we got. It's not about all the cars, the clothes we got. It's not about this and that. It's really about whenever you open your eyes and look all around you, you might see evilness around in the world, but if you look what's really close to you, it's a blessing. Like,
it is. It is, man. Another thing that you said was too. Basically, I can walk, I could talk, I can see.
Yeah, man.
And man, when I'm looking in the world and I be looking at and I be asking God, I used to. I don't do it so much anymore. But I used to ask God, like, God, why I don't have this, why I don't have that. And then the minute I pick up my phone, man, and I just start looking at stuff that's going on in the world, and I'm looking at kids in the hospital, I'm looking at people in the hospital that's sick, I'm looking at people that can't walk. And man, I be in the room just tearing up to God, saying, God, I'm sorry for just taking life for granted. I'm worried about, like you say, I'm worried about materialistic things that really don't matter.
Yeah, man, it's like especially whenever I was in the streets, I used to think like, man, I want all the women, I want all the clothes, man, I want all the cars, I want all the jewelry, the money, I want all that. Like, I don't know why I don't got it, or I don't know why I'm not blowing up, getting famous, but really, then I'll go like walk in a store or something and see like a crippled little like one time it really hit me hard. They had this little girl in Walmart. I was walking in Walmart. They had this little girl and she is handicapped, bad, like she could barely walk. And she was so little, like a little girl, maybe like 4 to 5 years old. And when I seen that, I was like, oh no. I wish I could do anything I could to help her. Just like, man, it's whenever I seen that, it's like, man, I'm blessed for whatever I got.
Yes.
Some people got it way worse than I do, and I still sometimes get mad.
Take it for granted.
Yeah.
And that's what we do, man. That's why I tell people, like, social media is a good thing. And then it could be a bad thing. It just depends how you use it. And I just thank God, man, the minute it's like God does it to show me. The minute we kind of get, because we can get caught up in what we got going on. But the minute we do that, man, God has a way of pulling us back and say, look at this. You sitting here worried about because you ain't go buy this or you ain't got this. Look at this person. They would kill to have your life for one day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I would tell people too, man, that, to get deeper, it's like people that at some point, you ain't got any kids, huh? Oh, you ain't got to look. But at some point, you're going to have kids, and you're going to be looking at it. Some people, man, that fight like hell to have kids, man. They got some people that, man, you wouldn't believe the things they go through, like just to have a child. And you got some people that just, brag on abortion, brag on killing babies and things like that. And it's like, man, do y'all really take a step back just as human beings to realize there are people that give up their life savings, that man, just going through so many things to have a child. But I said all that to say, man, is some people don't appreciate what they got.
And it's sometimes I see it a lot now though, and it's really sad. I don't know the way I look at it, because the most thing that really gets me mad, like heated, and it's like whenever I see somebody that's like basically in the streets and messing up or bad on drugs, and they go to jail, and like they could be facing a bunch of time, but they get out, and then they go back to doing the same thing. It's like, man, y'all, that should be a wake-up call, like, to stop doing what you're doing, because God done saved you once.
Yeah.
He might have saved you twice, 3 times. He might have saved you 5 times, and then you're going back to doing it, because not every time you're going to get lucky.
You know what's, and you telling me about the streets, man, it's everybody that as I grew up, everybody that was in the streets selling drugs, man, they ended up in jail.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Man, I'm not really friends with them anymore, man, but I was best friends with a couple people, man, and all of them been to prison. I think I was never gonna be that type of person, but we kind of, like, when I moved, I didn't graduate from Jennings. I graduated. You know what Leesville is?
Yeah.
I graduated in Leesville. But in that time that I left, because I was a class clown, I was a jokester. Yeah. My mom them moved from they moved my freshman year when I was a freshman. It's a long time ago, but I was a freshman. They moved. They let me stay here for 6 months. Man, I cut up for those 6 months because I didn't have no guidance, and I was staying with my grandma. Yeah. Man, I cut up. I had straight L's. I thought I was going to be the basketball star, so I ain't do no work. Yeah. And, man, the biggest blessing for me was to move for a while. I grew up. When I came back, I'd already graduated. I came back. I tried to fit in for a little while, drinking, and I never smoked, but I was drinking. Then at some point I was like, I don't really like to drink, but man, sometimes in life it's gonna be that way. Like your friends, that's your friends now. As God start to elevate you,
They gonna fall.
they gonna fall. You know, and that's how it is now for you.
Happen, yeah. It's like, to be honest, right now, I got one friend I'm really close to, and I got him saved recently. Like, I got him baptized recently, and whenever, it's like it brought tears to my eyes, because I really seen, like, I brought a bunch of my friends to church, but none of them ever really listened or really wanted to be there. But whenever I brought my one friend to church, his name's Elijah. I brought him to church. He's nervous, like, he's a nervous person. He don't like being around people a lot.
Oh, okay.
And whenever we went to church, and they was like, whoever needs a saving, just come up here and come get prayed over or whatever. Let us pray over you and get you right. Man, whenever I seen my friend walk up there, he was the first one up there. And it's like, the crazy thing is, they had people in the church that used to beef with us and everything. He didn't care. Like, he walked up there, let them people pray over him. And when I walked up to him to pray over him, like, I really felt him. Like, he was really praying to God, like, thank you, Jesus, for everything you done, please. Like, it was amazing, man. It was a really amazing feeling.
Man, that, and I'm gonna say this, man, like, to have, it's gonna be some friends that listen, it's gonna be some that don't.
Yeah.
But one thing recently that I realized is to always show them grace. Yeah. Always love them, even if because you're gonna ask God, like, why they don't see what I see?
That's really a lot.
You see, and man, one thing, and I have, people like that I would always go to guys like, God, why they don't see what I see to get their life together. But one thing, and it would make me upset, because it's like, man, I love y'all so much. I want y'all to go to God. I want y'all to live a certain life. And one thing that I realized, like I said recently, was they're just showing grace and continue to pray for them because they battling. Like, people think demonic spirits and stuff like that is just drugs and alcohol. No, it's sex. It's so many other things that besides just drugs and alcohol that make that demon spirits attach themselves to you. And I just learned, man, look, I love them, God. I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to pray for everybody. I want them to one day see, but I'm going to always love them. And when I see them, when I talk to them, man, hey, God love you. No matter what you're going through, you never so far from God that he can't reach you. But it's going to be like that, man. It's going to be something that be like, God, I just don't understand.
So, yeah, my biggest inspiration, though, because there's been a couple times where I was thinking, man, you know what, I'm going to quit the Christian rap for a while, because I'm not getting, nobody's really listening. Everybody rather listen to some other stuff. But it was really my cousin that I looked up to whenever I was in Broussard, Jayce. I looked up to him in Broussard. Like, that was my role model. Like, I wanted to be just like him. And now it's crazy, because the person that I looked up to, his son looks up to me and listens to my music, like, a lot. I think one of my songs, I think it's called Man I Used to Be, he listens to that over, like, he knows almost word for word. He's like 7, I think he's 6 or 7, but it's like, it's crazy that the person I used to look up to, or like, I still look up to him, but like the person that I look up to, that I used to be with every day, was like almost like my brother. His son listens to me and looks up to me. It's like, man, that's why I want to lead him in the right way.
Yeah,
listen, I don't want to lead nobody in the wrong way.
The wrong way. Man, I was doing a podcast with this girl. Her name Emily, and one thing that Emily said that stuck with me, is if God told you to do it, if God told you to do it, it doesn't matter if one person listened to it. Don't ever, man, like, think that because something don't have a lot of views that it's not impactful. Yeah. Man, I do a lot of I make a lot of videos on TikTok. Sometimes I get 6,000 views, 2,000 views. Sometimes I didn't hit 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Doing the little videos I do, but one thing I realized to myself, man, because what's funny is I'll do the videos and I'll post them on Facebook. Might get like 100, 200. I'll post them on TikTok or something, and it'll blow up. And one thing I realized was, one, don't think so small. Don't think because you don't make a big impact where you're from that the world don't need to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to send you some of the video, man, because I do a lot of videos on the music and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to send you my TikTok so you can just go through when you got time to just see. But man, don't if you reach that one, it's the kingdom of heaven is rejoicing for that one. You know, because we all called to be disciples for God, man. But that's the way I look at it now. Like, hey, if I get 10 views, that means somebody got in my spirit, watched it, and I did what I was supposed to. I don't even look at, for the most part, I don't even really be looking at views anymore. I just more so be looking like, did I do the video correctly? Did I, stuff like that. But as far as like hoping for views or hoping people watch it, man, it's out there. If they watch it, God, you pointed somebody to it.
Yeah, God, it's like I don't really, like I be saying this all the time. Like, I don't really care about getting paid for it. I don't care about how many views. It's just how many people that I touch. That's my main goal is saving lives, like especially the ones that's in the streets and that was doing the same things I was doing. Like, letting them know, man, it's not bad to turn to God. Like, some people think a lot of times that people gonna judge him and be like, oh, he a coward, he wouldn't turn his life to God, or he ran to the church because he's scared or something. It's not really that. It's the main thing behind it. It's if you really get focused and you really realize, like we was talking about earlier, like you never know when it's your time to go. Like, say if you thugging bad, doing this and that, well, you end up dying the next day, or you think you're gonna go to heaven. It's like, man, it's a thing. It's like I always say, I want to save my friends because I don't want nothing bad. I wish good for everybody. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, and I really wish like they just see what I see in God. It's like, man, he's a blessing, man.
Man, I equate it like this sometimes, is not everybody is going to reach their full potential in this life. Yeah. I look at it like basketball. You might have somebody that's amazing in basketball, but they let life deter what they're gonna do to reach the high. They reach the highest level, but they don't reach their fullest potential. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. Like with loving God, you could look at somebody and say, "Man, if you would just turn to God, the impact that you would have in the kingdom of God." But not everybody wants to reach their potential, because rather than being a leader, they rather follow. Because I asked somebody this. I said, "Could you imagine if the people that people deem are popular people, like, man, they got a bunch of people following them. Can you imagine if they gave their life to God? You know what the rest of them will look like? Hey, man, you gave your life to God. Well, let me give God a try." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the scary part with so many people, man. I've seen so many people turn to drugs or be drug dealers because the person that was there around the same age, but that person started selling drugs, so they started doing it. Yeah, and all of them end up in prison.
Boom, you done lit a whole crew in the wrong way. It's like some of the things, it's like I don't want to get too into it, but some of like everybody, like I see these little gangs that be around and they be like, oh man, we do this, we do that, we ride for each other, we die for each other. But man, not to be like smart like nothing about it, but man, if y'all all go to jail and y'all know if that judge say they got 30 years to 40 years on the table, tell everything you know, somebody
gonna tell.
It's not, that's why I say, my only person you can really trust is God, to be honest. At the end of the day. It's man.
And you know what's great? Life is simple. If you really look at life, it's like everybody that go through some trials and tribulations, whether you a man of God, a woman of God, whether you necessarily follow God, when y'all in trouble and they facing whatever they facing in life, it could be drugs, it could be you going to the doctor, you hearing some bad news, they all praying and asking God, like, God, please get me out of this. So like I said the other day, if you're going to do all that, just live for him.
Exactly. Man, if you see all the times he done saved you and did this and that, man, do what he called you to do. One thing is, I watched this movie a while back, and man, this thing stuck to me. It's like it's stuck. It's like God, well, Jesus Jesus is the most powerful man that I know, like I can see. Because I watched the movie, it's called The Passion. It was like how Jesus died on the cross and everything. On Jesus' last hour of living, or last 30 minutes of living, whenever he was on the cross and then people was beating him and doing whatever he was doing, I know me personally, if I was on the cross about to die, I'd be like, oh man, forget y'all, I'm gonna come back and haunt y'all or something. Jesus said, and it stuck to me, he said, Lord, please forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. That's the most powerful thing that I've ever heard. It's like you sitting here about to die, like you risked your life for something that you didn't do.
Yes.
And you're not even hating on them, or you're not even wishing nothing on. You just said, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. You know, and man, you said that it just speaks to the passion and love God have for us, man. Like, God created us. And I often think this, I say, God, you are the most patient man, the most loving, because you knew beforehand what we was gonna do. You knew the mistakes we was gonna make. You knew we was gonna cut up on this earth and do all these things, and you still love us. You still like, hey, I forgive y'all. Whatever y'all done, y'all can still come to me. And I'm like, God, you almighty, because you got some people out here that done some wild, crazy stuff, and you still love us.
Still brought them back to the light.
That's real. You know, and then you look on the flip side, you look at Satan. And when I tell people, we gonna say he was Lucifer first. And he, you know, cast down to earth, he became Satan. And I tell people all the time, I say, y'all know what Satan's job was in heaven? You know what Satan's job was in heaven, right?
I don't really know. I don't know too much.
Too much? So I can tell you. Satan, music. You knew that? You knew Satan was the head of music in heaven?
For real?
Yes. Oh, man, I'm going to have to send you so much. There's so much. Man, when I send you this stuff, you're going to be like, you're going to hit me up and be like, man, you gave me something that's finna. But yeah, man, Satan was because God had to give it to him, but he was the one he was Lucifer, son of the morning, which meaning he would play the music to wake all Arab, like he would play the music in the morning, like, and I don't want to say in the sense to wake everybody up or whatever, but he was the first voice that they heard in the morning.
Yeah.
And from my understanding and things I've researched, whatever, like music was built into him. So he was the one. So I say it like this: how was Satan able to trick? And I'm gonna give you the answer. But Satan was able to trick 3/4 of the angels. If he was how?
Shoot.
Think about it for a second. You probably gonna be like, how was he able to do that? Music. That lets you know how powerful music is. Yeah. Music. So when he was cast down here, he never lost his talent. He never lost what he looked like. He never lost, like God didn't strip him and say, you trick all these angels, you tried to overthrow me, I'm going to take your talents away. Yeah. When God cast him out, he still was able to do music. Satan never lost his talent. One of the most beautiful angels. So all those things like music and all that, he never lost it. All he did was bring it here. Yeah. I'm gonna send you some stuff so you can start like researching music on your own and seeing what's going on, man. But Satan was able to trick them. He was able to manipulate them to thinking they can do it, and that's what music does here. Satan was the author of music, and I'm gonna just say that, man. He's the creator of the music that we have here, and I'm gonna send you some stuff like I said for you to check out. And this is HBDZ. I got Jayce with me, man. I thank y'all for watching and listening. I'm going to have them, like I said, I'm going to have them come back. But before we go, man, is there anything you want to say before you go?
No matter what y'all do in life, keep God first.
Hey, that's it, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.